Hi everyone, my name is Nicole. I'm joining you from Wichita, Kansas with a new gentle yoga on Genesis Go. For today's class, you'll just need an open space in your home, a yoga mat if you have one available, and about 30 minutes to let the body unwind and the mind to settle. We'll get started. Finding a comfortable seated position on your mat. Not worrying too much about what it looks like or how it's supposed to feel just yet. Just being with what is in the present moment. Whatever feelings are coming up or whatever sensations in the body are present. Giving yourself space to recognize where you're starting. Feel what you're feeling. And to deepen the breath in, feeling the sides of the waist expand. As you exhale, feel the shoulders soften down and release. We'll emphasize this a bit further. As you breathe in, lift the shoulders, rock the body forward. And then as you exhale, rock back and allow the shoulders to glide down. 2 more times like this. Breathing in, the shoulders lift as you rock forward, sides the waist lengthen. Exhale, the body shifts back and the shoulders glide down. 1 more time, smooth breath in, shoulders lift, the body rocks forward. As you exhale, the shoulders glide down, the body shifts back. Find that equilibrium in the middle ground between those 2 areas. Maintaining that, turn the palms up, sweep the arms overhead looking up. Exhale to bring the hands down toward the heart to release. Okay, I'll have you keep the left leg as it is. Bring the sole of the right foot to the mat. Hold on to the front of the right shin. Take the the right hand behind you. So your left shoulder is rotating toward that knee that is pointing toward the ceiling. You're either looking toward the side of the room or looking over the right shoulder. Allow the front of the throat to soften. Stay broad through the front of the chest. Take another breath here. And unwind to bring the body back to center. Cross the legs so that the left leg is behind the right. So you're just bringing that leg back into the cross position and then walking the hands forward. Let the top of the head release down. Shoulders reach forward so you have the feeling of rounding the upper back. Do you look toward the abdomen or the inner thighs? Opening up the space between the shoulder blades. Nice. And bring the shoulders back upright. Spine is tall. Breathe in, arms sweep up, you look up. Hands come down to the heart to release. All right, let's do the other side. So your right leg will stay down, sole of the left foot comes to the mat. Right hand comes to the front of the shin. Left hand comes behind you as you rotate. Nothing too intense. The arms don't have to work too much here. Just keeping the spine tall, either looking toward the side of the room or looking over the back shoulder. Keeping the breath calm as you breathe in. Allowing the body to twist further as you exhale. Taking another moment in this position. Just unwind, bring the body back to center. Left leg will be in front for this cross-legged position, or whichever leg you didn't have in front previously. And the hands will walk forward, chin nods in toward the chest, shoulders release. And pressing down through the palms, through the sitting bones. Allowing the upper back to release forward, chin comes in toward the chest. Bring the body back upright. One more time here, sweeping the arms up, looking up toward the hands. Hands come down toward the heart to release. All right, let's come on to hands and knees here for a moment. So you're in a tabletop position. So move through one round of cat-cow. You're letting the abdomen and chest sink down as you look forward, taking a breath in. Exhale, round the back and look toward the thighs as you reach the spine up. The head's hanging down toward the mat. The neutral spine, your flat back. Bring the knees wide so they're at the edges of the mat. Big toes come to touch. Sit back toward the heels for child's pose. If this is a little bit intense for your body today, coming all the way down here isn't happening, you can also just be elbows and knees and let your head hang down like this. Find what works for you. Just allowing the abdomen to sink and soften toward the ground. Allowing the ribs to expand as you breathe. Front of the shins relax. Staying in this child's pose position, walk your hands over so they're going to the left side of your mat. Your right hand can come on top of the left hand to help anchor it into place. We have a side body stretch. You're just letting the head release in between the arms and thinking of pressing the right side of the rib cage toward the right side of the room. Reaching the right shoulder, the right hip away from one another. Feeling the stretch through the sides of the ribs, the side of the back. Walk the hands back to center and then over toward the right side. Your right hand will be down on the mat. Left hand anchors it into place. Head releases down onto the mat. You're pushing the torso toward the left side of the room so you get that side body stretch. Left shoulder, left hip reach away from one another. Shoulders stay level with the mat. Nice, come back to center. And come forward, hands and knees. And then from here, reach the legs forward. We'll come into a seated position one more time, and then we'll come back onto the back. Reach the legs forward. Toes point straight up. Legs are active. The arms will sweep up, taking a breath in. Fold forward on the exhale. Now, if you aren't able to reach the feet, you can hold on to the ankles or the back of the knees. You can also bend the knees so that you can just rest your abdomen on the thighs. You'll still get a stretch through the hamstrings and through the low back with that position. On the back of the thighs, the spine to lengthen. Shoulders soften. And the breath stays calm and steady. Last breath here. Walk the shoulders back on top of the hips. Bend the knees, will come onto the back from this position. Hugging the knees in toward the chest. Allow the back of the head to release onto the mat. There's still a little bit of space underneath the back of the neck, so there's still some daylight there, so there's a curve to the back of the spine. There's that section of the spine. Keep your right leg in toward the body. Hands interlace behind the back of the right knee. Left leg will straighten down onto the mat. If this bothers the low back, you can keep the left knee bent and just put the sole of the foot down. We'll stretch into the right hamstring from here, breathing in, reaching the right foot toward the ceiling, drawing the top of the foot back toward the face. So we've got added calf stretch as well. So you can keep the hands back behind the leg just as they are. You can begin to walk the hands up toward the ankle if that's happening for you today. But being kind to yourself in this process. It is gentle yoga. We don't have to press things any further than is necessary right now. We are going to the point of discomfort. It's going far enough to where you know that you're getting some new length that you didn't have previously. The leg will stay in this position. I just want you to point the toes away from the face. Now we're stretching along the front of the ankle. And then draw the top of the foot back toward you. 2 more times. Toes point away, so you feel that length through the front of the ankle. And then top of the foot draws back toward the face. One more time, the toes point away. And top of the foot draws back. So bend the right knee. Take the left hand to the front of the knee. The right hand will come to the hip. We will twist from here. You're rolling onto the outside of your left foot, outside of the left hip. You're supporting the knee with the left hand. Your right hand can stay on the hip, or if it feels okay for you to bring it out to the side, you can do that as well. Find what you need in your body. Feeling the rotation through the spine, the stretch through the outside of the right hip. One more moment here. Bring the leg back to center. Hug both knees in toward the body. And then reach the legs long, arms reach overhead, taking a full body stretch. So do the same thing on the other side. So your right leg will stay down this time. Left knee comes in, hands come behind the back of the left thigh. Same option on this. If this does not feel good with the right leg straight, you can bend the knee and have the sole of the right foot on the mat. That will also help keep you from twisting or rotating from one side to the other. Hands behind the back of the leg. The left leg will reach toward the ceiling for that hamstring stretch. Hands can stay in their starting position, or they can begin to walk up toward the ankle, depending on how you're feeling on this side. Maybe very different from the previous. Just try and keep the shoulders soft, and the jaw relaxed. So we'll do the same thing on this side. Just start by drawing the top of the foot back toward your face. You'll get that added calf stretch. And the toes will reach away, so you need the stretch across the top of the ankle. Top of the foot draws back toward the body, stretching into the calf. And toes reach away from the face to stretch into the top of the ankle. One more time, top of the foot draws back, heel reaches away. And toes point away, feeling the stretch through the ankle, the shin. Bend the left leg. Right hand will come to the front of the knee, left hand comes to the hip, rotating, so you're rolling onto the outside of the right leg, outside of the right foot. Right hand supports the knee. Left hand can stay on the hip, or left arm can come out beside you, whatever feels best for the body. Breathing here. And this rotation through the spine, the stretch from the outside of the left hip. Unwind, bring the legs back to center. Hug both knees in toward the body. And then reach the legs long, arms reach overhead, taking the full body stretch. Let the low back arch. Keep space behind the back of the neck. Okay, hands will just start on the front of the hips for this. Supta Baddha Konasana, or bound angle pose. Soles of the feet come together, knees come apart. So you're on the outside of the feet. There's an arch to the low back. The eyes are going in the direction of the ceiling, so the chin and the chest can soften away from one another. Hands can stay resting on the front of the hips, or they can come out wide beside you, or even cactus the arms to open up through the shoulders. But you will know what feels better for you, what feels more restful here, so take what you need. Keep the breath calm. Continue to allow the air to release fully as you exhale. Just taking another moment here. Bring the knees back together, the hands support the legs. Hug the knees in toward the body. And release the legs coming into your final Shavasana position. Feet will go out wide to the edges of the mat, and toes roll away from center. Arms come out beside you, palms turn up. There's a small bend to the elbows. The eyes move in the direction of the ceiling, and then the eyelids softly close. The whole goal of this pose is to do nothing, to rest in the stillness. Even though we're taking movement out of the limbs and the rest of the body, there's still movement within the torso with the breath. We aren't trying to change it or manipulate it in any way. Sitting back and watching this natural movement that occurs as the breath comes in. And as the breath moves out. Slowly begin to bring some motion to the fingers, the toes, rolling out the wrists and the ankles. As you're ready, bend the knees, soles of the feet come onto the mat. Roll toward the right side of the body. Right hand is the pillow for a moment. And use the hands to press yourself upright to a seated position. Eyes gently closed. Palms come to touch in front of you. And just noticing the difference from when you began. Those positive changes that you created for yourself in the mind and in the body. Breathe in, feel the heart lift and expand. As you exhale, the chin nods in toward the chest, the shoulders release. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your yoga practice today. Namaste. Thank you so much for allowing me to come into your home and share this practice with you. If you would like access to more yoga videos or any type of exercise activity during this time, we have more videos available on our Facebook page or the Genesis Go YouTube channel. So you can find just about anything you need there. We'll have more videos coming your way very soon. Take care.